Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome to the start of Season 2 of our Williams career here on F1 Manager 22. I know we were initially going to do Haas tonight, but it's COTA that's coming up in our Haas playthrough. It's COTA this weekend, so instead of doing it tonight, we'll do it on Friday, and we'll see if we can well, I say kind of predict what's going to happen with the real COTA this weekend, but obviously our results are going to be very different, I think, in terms of Haas compared to where they're going to finish this weekend. So let's save COTA and Haas for Friday, and we'll kick straight off with the brand new season. Season 2 put a lot of time and effort into getting the car where it is in terms of the research. I'm hoping it's going to pay off. We've got quite a few things about to kick in as of tomorrow. You can see all these things are going to happen tomorrow. New season regulations will be officially announced. There'll be a reveal for the new car. The research period will completely close. And we'll start the prep for next season. How you doing, Cobra? As I was just saying, we'll be doing Haas on Friday because the upcoming race on our Haas playthrough is COTA, and it's the COTA Grand Prix this weekend. So it'll be a nice lead into the real Grand Prix this weekend, I think. So we'll save Haas for Friday. How you doing, Anthony? I'll never guess what. Vettel crashed. I don't know. You'll have to give me a bit more than that. Right, into the start of the new season. So first up, we have our sponsorship obligations. We have a initial starting fund, and we have to make some choices. So let's see. Merchandising is currently set at 3,500 merchandise units. We are going to increase that up to 5,000, so we can increase the amount of income we get per race. Race simulator events, we're going to boost that up to 20. Race hospitality, this will decrease our pit crew performance on each day. We're going to drop that down to 15. Memorabilia room events, we are going to push that all the way up to 25. Driver appearances, we're going to do both drivers. Driver experience gain is paused for each week of the appearance. I mean, we could go really high on that. I think we'll do 15. We're also going to add in these as well. So race day factory events, we are going to bump that up to 10. Factory events, we are going to bump that up as well to 15. Race day weekend driver appearances, we are going to put both drivers in for that. And we're just going to put in 4 on that one. And there we go. There is our new sponsorship obligation. So we're going to get just over 4 million per race as a baseline before we get the incentives and then the guarantees on top. So that's really quite nice. There we go. So our new season objective for this season, for season 2023, is to finish 9th or above, same as last time. Our long-term objective is still points contender, to score 50% or points in 50% of the races. So that's 11 points finishes, or 11 races with a points finish across the season. And we've still got 2 more seasons to do that. So that's fine. In terms of our balance, we are going to start with $19 million, which is pretty nice. It's not too bad, is it? Our sponsorship funding makes up a huge chunk of that. We're getting a nice initial payment from the board as well. We have an entry fee to pay, for taking part in the season. And of course, the cost cap was reduced by 5 million, although I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that. New technical regs for the season. As you can see, we are going to lose some drag reduction and airflow on our chassis. And on the side pods, we are going to lose some drag reduction and some airflow on those as well. Not massive changes, but you know, we're probably going to feel them a little bit more than some of the other teams because we're a smaller team. This was our prize share here, 49 mil. This is paid out monthly throughout the season, so we don't get that in one lump sum. Sporting regulations have not changed. No change to the points or fastest lap bonus point or anything like that. And no change to any of the testing limits either, or any of the gearbox, ERS or engine limits. Now it's time to select a powertrain manufacturer for the season. Obviously we've been racing with Mercedes, but we are going to rekindle the partnership that we had previously back in the 90s with Williams. We are going to go with Renault. It's a cheaper engine. It's substantially cheaper, and for some reason they're best team finish. I was wondering why they were rated 5th out of 4. The power loss threshold is the most. It's not quite the best. I mean, it's 75% as opposed to 70 for Mercedes. Wear resistance is the best in class, 93%. So very, very good. Thermal resistance is a little bit lower, 10% lower than what we had with Mercedes. So we are going to have to work on cooling a bit more this season. But this is a very, very fuel efficient engine, easily the most efficient engine in terms of fuel use on the grid. That said, the trade-off for that is that it is very heavy on gearboxes. Obviously, Red Bull have got the best for that, but we're only a little bit down on where we were with Mercedes, and ERS durability is slightly down from Mercedes as well. But all in all, it's a slightly more powerful engine, and it's half the price, and it's just reuniting Williams and Renault from the glory days of the 90s and even the 80s as well. So let's go ahead and connect that in. And there we go. It is now the beginning of the season. So let's check our inbox. The season is starting soon, and with a new season we need a new car. Please find our internal report on where our cars currently stand in terms of performance review, or performance below. This report shows the performance change from last season to this one, which is based on the car part expertise of our engineering staff. It takes into account any research we did last year and any performance losses from the new regulations. Now that we can see our strengths and weaknesses, we can start designing car parts with them in mind. So you can see we've made improvements across the board. We've gained almost an entire kilometre of speed, which is actually quite a bit. We've gained a little bit of acceleration, not much. Our low speed cornering's improved, our medium speed cornering's improved, our high speed cornering's improved. We have improved nicely on the DRS, both in terms of speed and acceleration. And our dirty air cornering, you can see a massive increase in low speed dirty air cornering. And that's really going to help for circuits with very slow, tight chicanes or hairpins. Monaco in particular is going to be very good for that. Also Singapore is going to reap the benefit from that. But any circuit that has a low speed corner is going to be a big boost. The Twiddly section, the Mickey Mouse section of Miami in particular, that will be very good for us there. A big boost to medium speed dirty air cornering and high speed cornering as well. So once again, this car not amazingly fast still, as you would expect, but much better at following now. We'll get much more downforce and be able to follow much more closely. Big improvement in brake cooling, a 10% increase in brake cooling and 10% increase in engine cooling as well. So it's all looking quite nice. I see, Anthony, you scored some points in Canada, 6th and 10th. Congratulations. And how you doing there, Mr. Water? New regulations are in effect. We've already gone over those. Let's have a look at the driver lineup, see who has gone where for this season. So Ferrari have an unchanged lineup, as do Red Bull. Mercedes have got Oscar Piastri as their reserve driver. Wow, I did not expect to see that there. And Alfa Romeo, oh, look at that lineup. Bottas and Alonso. Ooh, Alfa Romeo are going to be a team to be reckoned with this season, I think. They're going to be very strong with two very, very highly rated drivers there. Vettel has gone to Alpine alongside Ocon, and they've signed Daravala as their reserve driver. McLaren unchanged in their main lineup, but they have signed Jack Doohan instead of to replace Stoffel van Dorn as their reserve driver. AlphaTauri have signed Alex Albon and Lance Stroll, and have signed Nick De Vries, but only as a reserve driver, not as a main driver. Haas have signed Yuki Tsunoda to replace Mick Schumacher. Magnussen and Fittipaldi stay as they had last season. We have the same lineup in Porsche, Gasly and Sargent, and Aston Martin have signed Zhou and Schumacher and retain Nico Hülkenberg as their reserve driver. So some interesting driver lineups there. I'm really impressed by that lineup for Alfa Romeo. I mean, they've got a rubbish, and I mean no disrespect to Robert Kubica here, but they've got a rubbish reserve driver. They haven't got anyone they can really develop for the future. Robert is, at the point where his XP gain is so low, that it's just not worth it. So it's a very strange one to see Robert, still there. I would imagine, I was surprised they didn't replace him, but maybe they can't afford to, having just spent money to bring in Fernando Alonso. I mean, who knows? We have the ability to start designing and manufacturing parts on the cars straight away. We can't do any research just yet. Our new superstar aero guy, Diego Tondi, they're giving us a breakdown. We have 52.8 hours or mega allocation unit hours for the CFD simulator and 704 hours for the wind tunnel for the whole season. That'll obviously be split up into the various periods. And there we go, 88 hours and 6.6 MAU hours. So let us go to car part development and start designing a brand new part straight away. We're going to go straight into designing a brand new underfloor because we know how important those are. We're going to go with 4 MAU hours. And we're going to go with 40 wind tunnel hours. We want to improve everything as much as we can in the run up to the season, and then during the season we'll start to focus once we've got the season underway and we can see exactly where our strengths are, because we're not entirely sure yet. Obviously we can see where we are on the grid based on right now, but obviously there's going to be a lot of development between now and the start of the season in 82 days, so things could change, and then we can start looking at specializing some of these sections here to focus in on a key area of the car. We're going to go with 5 engineers, and we're going to go. We can't afford intense. We can't afford to rush it either. So it's going to take 81 days. Well, that'll come in just in time for Bahrain. Let's go 6 engineers. There we go. And let's look at a rear wing. Perhaps we might not be able to afford this, given that we've only got 600,000 left in our budget for now. We might have to delay this a couple of weeks. I do want to get some side pods underway as well to try and improve our cooling, given that we've now got an engine that overheats quite quickly. It's going to give us some nice little boosts, and we can't afford to a new rear wing, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, can we afford some side pods? I don't really want to use up the hours just yet. Next ATR period is 64 days. And actually, I can't remember. Have we got a completed facility yet? Design Center. We can do 3 projects. That has kicked in. CFD simulator upgrades in 13 days. Okay, so let's... Should have waited 13 days, really. But never mind. Let's wait until the CFD simulator updates. We'll get a little bit of weekly income, I hope. So we gained a little bit of extra cash. We're going to go ahead and start work on some side pods now, and then we'll do a rear wing in February once we get our next board payment through. So let's go to design, side pods. Not going to put any hours in this. Just going to go back to what we were going to do, which is try and boost everything as much as we can. We're going to go with... Got 2 engineers left. Just going to go with 1 engineer. We are still 69 days away from the next Grand Prix. So we'll go with 1 engineer. We will try and go intense, which we can afford to do, just. And there we go. So, we've got a new email. Our suspension simulator is in poor condition. We can't afford to update that. But it is in the middle of being upgraded. Okay. Our boardroom is in poor condition. Well, they can stay like that. We have a new part available to start work on now that we've got some extra money. We have unused scouts. I don't think we need our scouts for a while, so if I go to... Well, let's do this first. Let's go to parts development. Let's get this rear wing started. So we use up the rest of the hours that we've got left. Once again, we're just going to improve every area of the car as much as we can, or every area of the wing as we can. And then once we start getting into the season itself and know exactly where we stand on the grid, we can start looking at focusing more on a specific part of the wing. So maybe low speed or high speed or DRS, things like that. But for now, we just want to get as big an improvement across the board as we can. We're going to go intense if we can. No, we can't. We're 50 days away from Bahrain. Let's rush this to try and get that in for Bahrain. And there we go. We've got 3 parts in development, which will all be ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. How you doing, Farah? Good to see you. Right, let's check. Have we got any points available? Logan has a point. Drop that to smoothness. I should have checked my... technical staff. Diego's got a point. Okay, cooling is an issue this season, so we are going to put another point into cooling. We have no staff points for our engineers. Our scouting team, I'm actually going to reduce the scouting team down to 0 for now, because we don't need them. Not yet. We probably won't need them till towards the end of the season. In terms of our pit crew, we are still working on tyre changes. I want to get that up to at least 85 before I start thinking about switching over to something else. So they're going to be on that for a good few months, I think. Facilities, can we look at any other upgrades? Let's have a look. These are still fully upgraded. That's good. Operations... the boardroom. We don't need to worry about refurbishing this yet, nor with the hospitality area. Weather centre upgrade would be quite useful. It's 2 mil, which we can't really afford right now. Memorabilia room, again, not really necessary right now. And the tour centre is about to tick over to the point where it's going to need a refurbishment. So we may as well drop the final upgrade on the tour centre to slightly increase our weekly cash. That'll take 18 days, so that'll be ready by the end of the month. Well, before the end of the month. You're expecting Haas tonight. Couldn't resist starting season 2. Interested to see how we'll fare this time around. Yeah, I was thinking about it over the weekend, and I thought about it today a bit as well. And it's the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix on our Haas playthrough as our next race, and that's where we're going in real life this weekend. So I figured we'll save Haas till Friday, and we'll do that right before the actual race weekend, and then we can discuss on Monday how we did compared to reality. Right, factory is in poor condition. That is not ideal, but it's going to be quite pricey to either upgrade or refurbish. Again, it's money we don't really have right now, so we just have to grin and bear that. Suspension simulator upgrade is complete. That's good. Ticking through the days. That is our tour centre. So that's the maximum weekly income we can get now. Memorabilia rooms in poor condition. That's fine. Up and coming driver Victor Martins. Nope, not interested. I know exactly who I want to sign, and I can't sign him until the end of this season, beginning of next season. Oh, we have a new ATR period. Michael Loom's journalistic reports. A brand new season of Formula 1 is ahead of us, with every team working tirelessly behind the scenes to create a championship-winning car. Last season saw Ferrari take home the trophy for the Constructors' Championship, with Charles Leclerc claiming first place in the Drivers' Championship. But this year is a clean slate, and excitement is at a fever pitch. There are some brilliant drivers and brilliant minds in this sport, and every single one of them will be battling for the crown this season. Who will come out on top is anyone's guess, but one thing is for sure, it's said to be one of the greatest years of Formula 1 yet. Board now have high confidence in our leadership. That's good. Testing results, here we go. Pre-season testing. So, we currently sit 11th for top speed. Ooh, our high-speed cornering is very good. And this is before we drop any of these upgrades that we're going to do on the car as well. So our car's only going to get quicker. Our DRS is not great, 15th and 19th for acceleration, but our dirty air performance is good. This car is definitely looking like it's a high-speed focused car rather than low-speed, and that is probably primarily down to Diego's input. I think he's pretty good when it comes to high-speed downforce. I think that's one of his biggest strengths. So brake cooling and engine cooling could definitely be better. But we knew we were going to struggle with that a little bit with the reg changes. So something we're definitely going to focus on improving throughout the season. We've got a brand new period of ATR testing, but we don't have any available slots just yet. Hospitality area is in poor condition. That's fine. It can stay in a poor condition for a little while. And there we go. Our first design is complete. Our brand new side pods. So, let's see. Grand Prix is in 3 days. Let's start manufacturing some side pods. We want 4 of these. We are going to rush and hope that we don't wipe the side pods out. We should be fine. So there we go. We'll have 2 side pods in time for Bahrain. And with that, we do now have the ability to start another new project. And we're going to look at improving the suspension. going to put a little bit of hours into this. Once again, we're going to focus on improving everything. So we get a very modest increase to our brake cooling there. Let's maybe throw an extra 5 hours on the wind tunnel into that. Has that actually done anything? Okay, so 1 extra hour increases our high-speed dirty air cornering. But only that. Not seeing any change on that second hour there. The third hour doesn't change anything. And that increases our medium dirty air cornering. And that increases our low speed dirty air cornering. And then we get minor little upgrades to some of the other things. Okay, so we'll go back to 20 hours. Development settings. This will take 40 days. I've got 1 engineer available. If we can go intense, get a big boost. 40 days will get us that in time for Imola. If we rush it, it'll take 27 days, which means we'll get that in time for Australia. We're going to rush it because we only have the 1 engineer available at the moment. So actually, do I have the oh god, we've got a new point for. It's too late to do that now. Okay. Well, chassis will be. No, chassis is what we're doing right now, isn't it? That's what I've just dropped. No, suspension is what we've just started. So we haven't done a chassis yet, so that's good. I can drop a point onto chassis for when we do a new chassis. There we go. Oh, Diego's got another point already. Okay, we're going to improve cooling again. We've got a point for Pierre. Going to improve Pierre's cornering. He's now 90 cornering. Very nice. We're going to work on getting his reactions up to 90 next. And then once we've done all of that, then we'll start looking at improving his defending and his smoothness, I think. Logan has another point. Going to improve Logan's cornering speed. We have 3.5 mil, which isn't really enough to do anything. Plus, we do need to do some emergency manufacturing, so I don't want to spend any more money. Our new underfloor is ready, so let's go ahead and build that. We're going to need to rush these, I think. No, rushing isn't going to work. I'm going to need to emergency manufacture 1. And then we're going to need to rush another 2. And that will have 1 before the Grand Prix, and the spare will drop on the day of qualifying. So if we do break one after the first day, at least we'll have a spare on the second day. Okay, there we go. That does open up another development slot. We're already on a new side pods. We need a new chassis, so let's improve the chassis. We'll put an hour into that. It's going to leave us, what, 48 hours. Let's go 1.5 hours. .6 hours and 28 hours for the chassis. There we go. Let's improve our drag reduction. Our engine cooling definitely needs to be improved, and airflow middle as well. And the sex spots are back. Hide user on the channel, and reports as spam. There we go. Season objectives. See where our car shakes up. I mean, the board season objective is just to finish 9th. That's it. I want to try and finish midway up the constructors if I can. I want to try and aim for 5th or 6th, that kind of position in the constructors. How many engineers do I have? Let's go with 3. That'll leave me with... Let's go with 4, because we've got 2 more engineers on the way when that next part finishes. We will go intense, potentially. That's going to take 30 days, which will be not quite in time for Australia. Okay, what if we go with an extra engineer? 28 days, and that'll drop, I think, the day of Australia. It will. But I need those engineers for another job. So we'll go intense. It'll drop just after Australia, and we'll have those ready for Imola. Our new rear wing is ready. So again, we're going to look at some emergency manufacturing. Okay, so race is in 5 days. We are going to rush. I can actually get 3 without having to do emergency manufacturing. That's good. So we'll do that. And now we've got another new development slot. And now we're going to look at a new front wing. And we're going to put all of our remaining hours into a front wing. Once again, we're boosting everything for the initial round of parts. This means we're not specialising in any one thing in particular, but we will obviously do that a little bit later in the season once we know exactly where we stand on the grid. We've now got 5 engineers, good. How much is this going to cost? If we rush it, too much. And if we go intense, obviously it's way too much. So we're going to have to do this normally. So that's 58 days, which means this isn't going to drop until Barcelona. I can live with that. That's fine. There we go. So plenty of parts for the car. We've already looked at the test results before. Nothing has changed for us because we haven't equipped any of the new parts on the car yet. And here we go. Go to race prep. So, first things first, let's go to our car builds. So, starting with chassis. We still have only the first chassis. We're designing a new one. Front wing, we're designing a new one. Rear wing, we have a new rear wing. So we'll install that on both cars. Side pods, we have new side pods and we'll install on both cars. Underfloor, we have new underfloors and we will install on both cars. And suspension, we are finishing off a new suspension. So if we go to car analysis, Wow, we are currently 6th and 7th for top speed and acceleration. That is awesome. Our medium speed and high speed cornering is pretty amazing. Our DRS speeds are good. Our dirty air cornering is fantastic. Our engine and brake cooling is poor, very poor. And our low speed cornering needs to improve. But given this, where we stand right now, we are looking mighty impressive. We're better than McLaren. Obviously, Red Bull are the top at the moment. We are better than Mercedes. What a jump. We are better than Alpine. Better than Haas. Better than AlphaTauri. Oh, they've had a big drop off in speed. They were one of the fastest teams on the grid this time last season. They were like 7th in the speed, in top speed traps last season at this point of the season. Now they're 17th. It's a big drop for them. Alfa Romeo. Ooh, I think we could be fighting with Alfa Romeo this season. They are just a little bit faster than us. They're very good at low speed, but we are better at medium and high speed. I think Alfa Romeo is the team that we are going to be fighting with this season. Maybe even Mercedes. And then Aston Martin. Well, Aston Martin have improved their speed quite substantially. They're up to 11th in top speed. Everything else is pretty poor, though. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams develop over the season in comparison to us. Obviously, we're dropping a lot of upgrades into this car very early on. But yeah, that is a huge, huge leap forward for us. I am very excited for this season now. We do have a new point for Josh. I'm going to get that up to 90, and then we will switch over to pit crew management. Pierre has a point. He has now reached 90, so now we can focus on improving his pit management skill. Let's see, our pit crew now up to 75. They're improving nicely. So our cars are built. Let's have a look at our performance targets. So reach Q3 is the incentive. I think we can do that. Qualifying position, I'm going to say that we can get both cars in the top 10, I think. Actually, no, wait, let's see. Yeah, I think we can probably get both cars in the top 10, given our cornering speeds. I think we've got a real chance of that. Both cars are going to get into Q2 comfortably. Finish position, one driver in 12th. We should be able to achieve that quite comfortably. Guarantee slots. Are we going to go for the fastest lap? We are. Quali streak, 1 in 14th for 3 races. We can do that. Finish position streak, I'm going to err on the side of caution for this one. So I'm going to go 2 in the top 12 for 5 races. And that's a big streak, big payout if we get it, 2.7 mil. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting Bahrain Grand Prix.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Okay then, let's get to it.
So here we are at the SAKHIR circuit in Bahrain. Unfortunately, our merchandising still has Mercedes power logos on it, but we are no longer with Mercedes, we are with Renault. So it's a shame we can't get that updated. Right, time for first practice. I am not going to put Logan in the car. I want both of my drivers as prepped as they can possibly be for the start of the new season. We're going to start on softs. No need to change the car parts. We are definitely going to have to take penalties on gearboxes and ERS using this engine, but hopefully the engines themselves will be a little bit more durable, and we might only need the one extra engine. We'll see. Might not even need an extra engine at all. Let's get some setup done. We're going to use the same setups we started last season with, but these are probably going to be very different. A, partly I think down to random number generation, and B, this is a very different car to what we had last season as well, so these values may be completely off. We shall see. We're going to go with a 17 lap run to start and drop that down to light. Same again, no need to change any car parts, keep the soft tyres. Let's go with that for our second car. Drop that up to 17, drop that down to conserve, and we are ready for practice one.
The radio is good? You can hear me, yeah?
Radio check, okay.
And perhaps now you can understand why I was looking at the two French drivers for Williams, knowing in advance that I was going to be switching to Renault for this season. We're going to watch the first lap of Gasly. The first lap of our car running, our 2023 car running. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to have a look at the engineering staff and see who'd taken up the vacancies at Mercedes, Ferrari, and who else? I think it was another team. I think Aston Martin needed a new aero guy as well. So we'll do that when we finish the race. Remind me in the chat, please. There we go. Cars are out and running. Let's see what we look like in terms of pace. Obviously we're running low pace with extra pace taken off for avoiding curbs to look after the components. But even so, we're still faster than McLaren. Even running with everything turned down, we're still faster than quite a few cars actually. The Astons, Magnussen, Norris, excuse me, oh dear, Stroll as well. That's really nice to see. Really nice to see us not bottom of the leaderboard while running ridiculously slow pace. That's a strong indicator that we're going to have a very competitive car this year.
Very, very nice job.
Okay, we've got 97% with Pierre's car. That's a really good start as well. Teo's car should be giving feedback any moment.
Let's see what happened there. Now we see the Williams here.
This is what I was
Okay,
worried
so
about
good
with
job.
our brake cooling. This is why we desperately need to improve our brake cooling. Our brakes are going to be locking up quite a bit.
And that's the lockup!
So until we can get that massively boosted, we might see quite a lot of drivers locking up. Or quite a lot of our drivers locking
Okay,
up
any comments
in the
about-
first part of the season. 74% for Teo, so we need a bit of a tweak on that one.
Sounds like a spin!
Okay, drivers are going to start heading in now. Right. Just need to tweak cornering and braking. So let's try that. Fresh set of tyres. And a bit more work needed for here. So let's try reducing the rear wing down to 11. The roll bar, let's go to a 6.4 because that's what it is on the other car, I think. Yes, 6.4 on not Piastri's car, on Gasly's car. We are going to need to make a minor tweak to our camber settings to pull that in a little bit. Let's pull that in a bit more. Go like that. Could do with pushing the front wing up a little bit more. Okay, let's give that a run. Look at Bottas, second. Alonso, fourth. The Aston is going to be a mighty car this year by the look of it, especially with that driver pairing. Ooh, not Aston, sorry, Alfa. The Alfa Romeo. So this means it could be Red Bull. Because you've got to expect Red Bull to turn things around a bit. Red Bull, Ferrari, us, Alfa Romeo, and Mercedes all fighting at the top. This could be a very interesting season. Could we imagine that? A five-way battle for the title for the constructors. That would be incredible. How you doing, Matthew? Hope the car is better. Oh, the car is better. We don't know exactly how much better yet, but it is a lot better. And we will find out for sure when we start quali. But we are looking mighty fast compared to last season. Yuki is at Haas. Yeah, some very interesting changes. The biggest change, the driver pairing I'm really excited to see on the grid is Alonso and Bottas at Alfa Romeo. Two very experienced, very fast drivers. We'll get absolutely everything out of a very fast Alfa Romeo car.
There?
Just wait for that last little bit of feedback
That
to
sounds
come
like
in.
someone's gone wide there.
And they see Red Bulls have taken the top of the timing board. So yeah, we could be looking at a very, very interesting
How was the balance?
fight at the top of the table this season. Porsche's car's gone up to 82, so we have improved it a bit, just not enough. What about Gasly?
Quite the balance,
95.
please.
We've actually gone the wrong way with Gasly slightly.
I'm really pleased.
Copy that.
It's okay, we can make those tweaks. Try and nail that down in FP2.
We'll get some comments when you're plugged back in.
Okay, so let's have a look. What do we need to change? Front wing needs to change still, so let's push the front wing up to a 5.5. Rear wing has been changed slightly as a result of that. That's good because we need the straights to change ever so slightly. Braking still needs to change quite significantly, so we definitely went the wrong way on the braking. So we're going to need to be about there. And I'm guessing maybe about there on the cornering. Traction has changed slightly. That could be it. Keep my fingers crossed on that one. Let's go out with some mediums this time. Let's go for an 18 lap run this time. Gasly's car, we actually went the wrong way slightly. We damaged the traction by making those changes. So, well, we did get the braking stability right though. Let's go with that. Hopefully we haven't done too much to unsettle the straights part of that setup there. 18 laps, run them at a low pace as always. Out we go.
Okay, radio check.
Tyres is everyone else running? Everyone's on softs apart from a couple on mediums at the moment. Looks like a few cars going for some long runs. Mick Schumacher out on hards.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Well, it looks like Vettel did get his wish and that Mick Schumacher has replaced him at Aston Martin. Except he's gone to... he's replaced Alonso at Alpine instead of retiring.
How do you feel about doing another lap on this set?
Okay, Teo's car now up to 93%. We are getting closer to nailing that one down. Did we get Gasly up to 100? No, 94. We've gone the wrong way again. Okay. I'm not going to overly chase the 100 on this.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Actually, we may as well call these guys in now, seeing as there's a VSC. Make the changes, and then get them running at normal pace. once those changes have been made. Yeah, we're gradually making that car worse and worse. So let's revert back to what we had. I can't see what needs to be what now. I'm going to have to actually make that change.
And VSC ending.
Roll bar isn't good. Let's go 5.5 on the roll bar. What's that changed? It's changed our front wing slightly. Just need to tweak. Let's do it with this instead. Okay, let's try that. So I still need to tweak Gasly's car. It's just because everything had changed, but it didn't update when I rolled back. It didn't update the actual areas that needed to be tweaked. I am going to have to rework that one again. So there we go. I can see what needs to be moved. Just going to make a minor change. Push that way slightly. Pull that in. That has messed up traction. Alright, let's try that. It's a very, very minor tweak. See if that does what I hope it does. And there we go, Gasly is back out on track. Porsche's car is going to be the first one to give me full feedback. We've been steadily improving the car with every run. Hopefully we can continue that, get it all the way up to 100 in this run.
Someone's run wide.
Vettel struggling to get to grips with the Alpine.
How's the balance?
We've only improved by a couple of percent there, 94%. Alright, let's see about Gasly. Can we squeeze in a full feedback before the session ends? It's going to be touch and go, but I think we can just about do it. And there we go, 100% with Gasly.
Wow, I feel fantastic.
So it was worth taking the extra time to reconfigure the car there, just so I could see exactly what needed to be tweaked. And we'll get Teo up to 100%, I'm sure, in the next session.
Good session, well done.
So, 69% track knowledge for... let's cancel the call in for a second. 69%, well, 70% track knowledge for Teo, for Pierre, 54% for both drivers on their car knowledge, learning the new car. Teo's obviously had a little bit longer on track, so he's 85% track knowledge. But yeah, we will comfortably get them both up to 100% in terms of track prep. Their car knowledge, maybe around 80% after FP3. So let's get prepped for the final practice session.
Hello and thank you for joining us as our race weekend unfolds. Free practice is nearly done, and that means that qualifying awaits. While many eyes may be drifting ahead to the big race, the teams and their drivers will be fully focused on the task at hand here today. Those who make the most of the free practice sessions will head into qualifying knowing that they've given it their all and done everything in their power to cement themselves a good, strong position on the asphalt tomorrow. Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
Right, so we're going to use hard tyres. Or do we need to tweak this time? We need to dial the front wing back a little bit. Got to watch out I don't disturb the traction too much. I need to change the camber. And I'm just going to tweak the roll back a little bit as well. We have disrupted the front wing, oh sorry, the straights by doing that. Okay, let's undo the click of the front wing there. That might be too much. Okay, let's try that. It's a very minor tweak to the oversteer value. Barely noticeable, but there is a little tweak there. Might be enough. Like I said, we're not going to go endlessly chasing. If we don't get it after this run, it's not the end of the world. We've got a very strong 94% already, which is something good. If we can improve, but we get it, say 97, we'll probably just stick with that. As with Gasly, he has reached 100%, so we can just run him on a long, continuous run. I'm going to run him for 35 laps. Just to boost car knowledge as much as we can.
And radio check.
Sending out Teo first this time because he's on the lighter run. So his car's going to be quicker. We don't want Pierre getting in the way. And as always, we are going to tell them to avoid the curves. This is crucial that we make sure we remember to do this every session now, because as you saw when we were selecting the Renault engine, it is very tough, very rough on the ERS and the gearbox components. You switched Haas to Red Bull. Interesting. How's that working out for you? Or is it still too early to say? The Haas Honda.
Balance update when you can. Balance
Beautiful.
update.
100%. Perfect. So one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if this is deliberate or if it's a bug, but I have noticed that when you're running both cars and they're learning, both drivers and they're learning the car, then the rate goes up at a steady rate. But if you only run one car, both drivers do gain car part knowledge, but at a slightly slower rate. So we should be able to see a visible change in the line. With Gasly continuing on track. And you can see that Teo's knowledge is still going up. And if I tweak it back, you can see that from 1530 to where we are now, there is a very gradual increase in his car part knowledge, but it's not at the same steepness of angle that it was before. Same with Gasly. You can see Gasly's line has shallowed out a little bit from 1530 onwards. So with that in mind, I am going to send Teo back out just for a very short run, just to speed up the car knowledge a little bit. And there, you can now see that they are gaining car part knowledge at a slightly higher rate again. And like I said, I don't know if this is deliberate or if this is a bug, because I always assumed that car part knowledge was something that was inherent to just the driver himself, or the reserve driver subbing in for that particular driver that then passed that information across. I didn't realise, well, I was under the impression that it was just, you learn car part knowledge for a car, not for both cars at the same, with just one driver running. So I don't know if that's something that will get patched out or not, but do with this information what you will, while you can, because it may change. So there we go, practice is over. We've got our car part knowledge up to 81%. That's pretty good. Could be a little bit higher, but our drivers are going in with a nice good bonus of 14 out of 15. If we'd got that up to 85, we might have been able to get 15 out of 15. But as it stands, that's still pretty good. And now it's time to find out just how good our car really is. So, in terms of our car parts, you can see bit of wear already. The gearbox. It's something we are going to have to keep our eye on over the season. We are going to push components in practice right to the absolute breaking point this year. Try and cut down on the number of new parts needed where we can. But let's see just how quick our car really is.
Yeah, we can now. Radio check.
So onto the warm-up lap. We've also got a Ferrari on the way out, and one of the Alpines, and one of the Alfa Romeos. I think the car we're going to be fighting with the most this season is going to be the Alfa Romeo, based on pre-season, or based on the fitting of the new parts before the start of this Grand Prix weekend. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that shakes out in this qualifying session. Are we going to be fighting with Alfa Romeo, or are we going to be fighting maybe even a little higher up the grid? One of the Red Bulls out as well. I'm expecting Red Bull to lead from Ferrari, and I can see Ferrari really dropping away a little bit this season now that they don't have Diego Tondi as their head aerodynamicist. Depending on who they've signed, it could be quite a big drop in the aero department for Ferrari. So I would expect to see Ferrari drop maybe down to third this season in the constructors. It all depends on Mercedes, because I think Mercedes needed a new aero guy as well. And it might even be that Ferrari stole Mercedes' aero guy. Right, first laps in anger in the brand new 2023 car. Just how quick are we? We should get a clean run. We might catch that Ferrari. I don't think we're going to catch the Haas. Exactly, Matthew. Now we're going to see exactly where this car is on the grid. I'm expecting both cars to make it into the top 10. Or at least be on the cusp of the top 10 if they're not quite both in there. I think Gasly's definitely going to make top 10. Porsche, maybe not. Ignore the purples that pop up because we are the first car setting a lap time. And the third car setting a lap time is a Ferrari, so we're going to lose those straight away. Am I going to start on softs? Yeah, I'm probably going to go soft, medium, soft. Depends on where we qualify and who's around us. I might possibly go medium, soft, soft. Okay, there we go. Clean run, a 130.7, half a second or 4/10 back for Porsche. So now we know how quick our guys are. How quick are the rest of the field? Leclerc coming across the line, only 3/10 faster than Gasly. And look at that, Gasly and Bottas separated by just a couple of hundredths of a second. So I was right. We are going to be fighting with the Alfa Romeos by the look of it. But having said that, we are closer than I expected to the Red Bulls and the Ferraris. This is only the first run. Teams will improve on the second run. We're not going to do a second run in this session. We're going to save the tyres for running at the start of Q2. I'm confident that both drivers are going to get through comfortably with those times, but I am curious as to how the rest of the field is going to go. So let's speed time up a little bit. Very close between Verstappen and Leclerc.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Hamilton having a wobble. His time is not good. Russell is 7th, ahead of Porsche. Got to expect Hamilton to go faster than that on this run here. Potential win this season? Oh, absolutely. If this pace holds, then absolutely we're going to get our first win.
We'll get some comments when you're plugged back in.
So Magnussen across the line in 10th. Albon up to 12th. Norris up next. Oh, Vettel's had an off. Oh, is that going to mess up Ricciardo and Bottas's run? It has. Ricciardo is out.
Someone spun out.
Bottas in 6th did not improve. Vettel is going to be through just at the moment. Hamilton improves to 9th. We are faster than Hamilton. Waiting on sights. There we go. Stroll cannot improve. Schumacher can't improve. Tsunoda can't improve. So Vettel, despite spinning on the final turn, sneaks through by the skin of his teeth, but it did cause Ricciardo to go out. I mean, I'm assuming that Ricciardo was on an improved lap. Let's have a look, actually, lap history for Ricciardo. He was, look, lap 5, he was up in the first and second sectors, and then he lost some time in the third sector because of the yellow flag. He could have gone a fair bit faster. I think he would have gone through. So yeah, Vettel knocking out Ricciardo there. Second qualifying session, we're going to go with the scrubs for our first run.
Radio check, radio check.
Copy.
Send out both of our drivers at the start on the scrubs. See if we can avoid traffic again. We might get caught this time. But Alpine have definitely dropped off. And Vettel is definitely a slower driver than Alonso in this game. He's about 0.3 of a second slower, in my experience, having run them both together alongside each other at Aston Martin. So that's going to hurt Alpine as well. Of course, his pace, I don't know how he's going to compare to Ocon. He didn't really get a clean run in Q1, so this will be a chance to see exactly where Vettel stands compared to Ocon. Both drivers on their warm-up laps right now. Bottas might have been held up there. Vettel starts his flying lap, gets out ahead of the Ferrari. Oh, Ocon got held up by Leclerc. That's ruined Ocon's lap. And Vettel is in 6th place. Interesting. Right, some fresh tyres. Everyone seems quicker than Vettel in this game. Yeah, he's not the fastest. His cornering and braking stats are pretty low in comparison to other drivers that you would expect him to be, in the same ballpark as. Alright, do I run both drivers again? I'm not going to run Gasly. Actually, I better had just to be on the safe side. I'm just looking down, I've seen Bottas, Leclerc, Ocon. All three of those could improve. Gasly's safe, but I want to see where he's going to end up. And Porsche is at risk. We are running on brand new tyres, so we're going to be quicker on this run, I hope. The condition of the track will be slightly better as well. A little bit more rubber laid down. Let's see what Ocon can do with a clean lap this time. And Bottas as well, for that matter. Oh, lock up for Albon. So Ocon's 9th. Bottas has gone 4th. Porsche is on the bubble right now. Norris can't improve. Vettel can't improve enough either. Magnussen has gone to 10th. So we are currently in the drop zone. It's just as well I did send out Porsche, which I was always going to do, but it was Gasly I wasn't going to send out. But let's see. Hamilton and Leclerc improving their times. Gasly goes 4th. My God, we're faster than a Red Bull. You've been thinking of doing an AlphaTauri career, but with Red Bull Juniors. Yeah, I've been toying with that idea as well. Right, we are going to go with... Oh. Hoping to have brand new sets of tyres. 2 new brand new sets of tyres. For the race. I might have to go medium soft. I'm just going to do one run on scrubs and save the new tyres for the race, I think. We're going to run at the very end of the session on scrubs and see what we can do.
Radio check.
I'd rather keep the fresh tyres for the race itself. Here we go. Out go the Ferraris. Bottas, Hamilton, Perez, Alonso, Verstappen and Russell. And now Gasly and Porsche. We're not in contention for pole this race, which is one of the reasons why I've decided not to use fresh tyres. I think we've still got enough pace left in these tyres to get 5th or at the very least 6th with Gasly. Porsche might be able to get 9th. It's very close. It's very close. This is going to be a very interesting season if the field can stay this close to each other in the top 10. Gasly goes 5th. Porsche 10th. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, to see Porsche a little bit off the pace. Well, there we go. First quality of the season done. 5th and 10th. Both cars, which is the important thing, both cars made it into Q3. And we have new parts on the way still as well.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. Haas proved quite resourceful during qualifying. That puts them in a very good position to make the most of this race start. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail today? Here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Okay, so I think my prediction before quali that our biggest rivals are going to be Alfa Romeo. Seems to be holding true. Looks like we have the pace, at the moment at least, to beat both of them with Gasly, but not with Porsche. Porsche is going to be 4th out of the 4 drivers, with Gasly 1st. So in terms of point scoring, it's going to be very balanced between the two teams. We are going to start with no fuel. Actually, no. This is a very efficient engine. I'm going to take a lap of fuel out. We have that efficiency, plus there's a good chance we'll get a safety car. You know, always usually is in the first race of the season. I'm going to push fuel use, pace and battery all at the start. We're going to go flat out and try and make up some positions for the first couple of laps before the DRS kicks in. And let's see what we can do.
A partly clear night here. The drivers now lined up on the grid. And there we have Pierre Gasly. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. And looking at the second Williams car, they might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. And we're just moments away now. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
All right, let's see. Looks like a good start for Gasly. Looks like a very good start for Gasly. He's got Perez off the line.
Good place.
Perez gets back on the inside. Can we power past him? We can. We're up to 4th.
That's a good overtake.
Fantastic start, and we're already all over the back of Leclerc's Ferrari as well. Porsche has actually dropped a place to Ocon, which is a bit of a disappointment.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Well done.
Any regulation changes for points this season? Nope, no changes. Still top 10 positions, 25 points for a win, point for fastest lap. Oh, we're going down the inside here. And we're up to 3rd.
Okay, that's good, Pierre, very good.
Porsche has regained 10th place from Ocon. And we're already looking at the back of Sainz. Up the inside of Sainz. What a start from Gasly.
Okay, good job, thank you.
What a start. This is phenomenal. Right. Gasly, I'm going to slow your pace down already.
Need to drop the
No
pace.
point overdoing it. And the AI started on scrubs in the top 10, which is what I was hoping would be the case. Let's check in with Teo. Teo is in 9th. He's got past Hamilton. No, Alonso. He's chasing down Hamilton. We're going to keep him pushing for this lap, and then we'll calm him down at the end of this lap. See if we can at least get Hamilton. Cut to the inside. Go on, cut to the inside. Beautiful. Great move from Teo. We're up to P8.
Okay, buddy, good job so far. Let's settle into a rhythm now.
Now we're going to calm him down a little bit.
Lift and coast required.
Don't want to burn out all the battery. Not yet. Gasly, meanwhile, is scrapping for the lead.
DRS enabled.
Porsche now sets the fastest lap. Can we get up the inside of Vettel? Not Vettel, sorry, Verstappen. He's going for it. Up the inside, come on, make the move stick, make it stick. And there we go, that's P1. Oh, tries to push us out wide, we hold him off. And there we go.
Okay, that's good, very good.
P1. We have got a DRS car about to overtake us again, probably, but we took the lead on pure pace there. Because Gasly is not pushing. He's got slightly better tyres, but not much. So we're going to be just kind of swapping back and forth with Verstappen for a while, I think, and the Ferraris will probably get involved at some point too. Let's check in with Porsche. Can I keep this up? Can I win the race? I hope so. God, if we could win the first race of the season, that would be an incredible start to the season. All over the back of Russell right now. And we have more straight line speed than Mercedes, so we should get this move done. And there we go. Holding the inside line.
Nicely done.
And that's P7. Gasly back into the lead again.
Just gained by Williams.
And that's currently P1.
This is incredible. I knew our car would be strong at the start of the season, but I didn't think it would be this strong. I mean, we put a lot of development into this car. We did so much research. Alonso out of the train. Yes, he is. Alonso is out of the train.
Red Bull gained a place.
He's nearly 3 seconds back on Hamilton now. I mean, he's with Ocon, so he's not isolated. So, I mean, there's a chance if they can leapfrog each other that they can catch the back of the train, but it's a slim chance. Look at this train, though. This is a train from first all the way down to 8th. Hamilton's dropped off the train, almost. No, it's just the timing wasn't updated. But first to 9th place. And these are the teams I think are going to be fighting for the constructors.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Us, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, based on what we saw pre-season. And obviously it could change throughout the season. I expect it will change. I think Alfa Romeo might drop away a little bit. We might drop away a little bit. But we've been upgrading our facilities a lot. So I'm thinking that Alfa Romeo are going to drop away before we do. I think we could end up fighting to secure third in the constructors based on this. I think Ferrari and Aston Martin are probably going to outdevelop us across the entire season. I think we'll make gains, but then when we start switching our focus to research, they will continue to pump out new parts. We'll have to wait and see. Is this taking over from Haas? I'm still going to finish the first season of Haas, and then I'm going to make a decision as to whether or not we keep Haas going. But we're going to do season 1 all the way through to the end. So next Haas episode will be on Friday, which will be Kota right before the Grand Prix of America, you know, in real life. But we're definitely going to do a complete full season with Haas, and then we'll make a decision there. I might throw it up to a vote. Oh, one of the Ferraris is
I
off.
was off there.
It's a crash. Who's he crash with?
Let's take a closer look. Watch this. There's Leclerc.
Oh, he's hit.
Too heavy on the brakes.
He's hit me. No.
Sounds like there's been contact.
Gasly has damage. Oh, rear wing suspension damage. That's killed any chance we had of the win. Because we can't fix either of those. We'll keep an eye.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Okay.
It's killed our tyres as well. We're going to have to switch Gasly to a soft medium. And I'm going to have to pit him really soon. You'll have to go hards. Gasly's tyres are ruined.
Nice job.
Well, his rear tyres are ruined, which are the important ones. So, got to pick Gasly.
Box.
It's only minor damage, yeah, but it's going to affect our cornering speed, which is our biggest strength. And the fact that it's knackered up the tyres, which means we're going to have to go onto hard tyres just to be able to stretch long enough for a set of mediums at the end.
Okay, copy that.
Has killed the pace that we could have had in both the middle and the final sections of the race. So it'll be a points finish, I hope, for Gasly.
A position gained for
But I
Alfa
think
Romeo.
the lead car in terms of the finishing position for this race is going to be Porsche. And with that said, we are going to try and step it up a little bit.
Overtake available.
Get past Bottas and try and get on the back of Perez. Go on, cut to the inside, Nope. Alright, DRS straight then.
Awesome, keep it up.
Got to be chuffed with the progress though. Yeah,
And a new position.
it
Just
helps
gained by Williams.
that the car is good, because it means that Gasly is going to be able to fight his way back through into the points. But we were on for a win today, and that's gone. I mean, yeah, Porsche is still in play, but he does not have the raw pace
No more DRS.
to be able to outdrive Verstappen or Sainz.
Okay, look after the battery, Pierre, we're very low
Probably
now.
not even Perez either. I mean, if we can get Perez or stay with Perez, we've got a chance of maybe squeezing the podium. But he's not got the pace to challenge for the win, I don't think. Sainz is going to be too quick because he's got a mighty Ferrari. Verstappen is Verstappen, He just activates God mode and just goes off into the distance. But yeah, we've got a chance of a podium maybe with Porsche. Safety car would definitely help us in the sense that it would bring Gasly right back into the field as well. Look how far Leclerc is as well. He must have some significant damage to be that far off. He has got a new front wing, so that's definitely been changed. He might have some other damage that we can't see on the car. He's onto hard tyres. He obviously had to serve a penalty as well, but he's a long way back. Porsche has just moved into P3.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
You want Sainz and Verstappen to crash now. Well, if they do, it would certainly help. But I still think the Red Bull's going to be a little bit too quick for Teo in the long run. I'm hopeful he's going to have an amazing race. I would be more than happy with a podium, because I wasn't expecting to be this high up going into the start of this season. I knew we'd be competitive, but I was hoping to be mid-table in terms of the constructors. I was hoping we'd be a top 10 finisher on a regularly, a regularish basis, a fairly consistent basis. But this is way above what I thought we were going to get, be able to do right from the go.
Charge on for now.
Copy.
Let's recharge Gasly's battery as well. Didn't realise I was actually pushing with him. Bottas has moved into P3 now. It's going to be like this for a while now, just constant swapping of positions within the train. Take a look at everyone else's tyres. We do have that tyre advantage because we started on brand new tyres, not scrubs. And I'm guessing the top 10 runners might be, if they go onto a set of softs at the end, are also going to have another set of scrubs. So I'm guessing they're not going to have any brand new tyres. Those a bit further down the field might have another set of brand new tyres. I don't know yet, we'll have to see. But the fact that the top 10 all started on scrubs suggests to me that they don't have any brand new softs, because otherwise I think they would have started on brand new softs. Because strategy always defaults to the best set of tyres available whenever you choose what type of tyres you want to go. Is Gasly even gaining on the guys ahead? No, not at the moment. Like I said, his car is damaged. He's running on soft. He's running on hard tyres, and the AI is running on softs. So there's a significant tyre deficit at the moment. But that's going to change. We are going to pull some of that back as the stint goes on. We've effectively made our first pit stop. The AI hasn't, so we are going to have that in our favour as well. But yeah, we are lapping a lot slower than we need to be at the moment. It's understandable though, as I say, we've got A, damaged car, B, we're running hard tyres against the AI running soft, so that's to be expected. And we're not that far off in the grand scheme of things. It's less than a second a lap. We are charging the ERS at the moment as well. Things will improve. Okay, Porsche is fully charged on the ERS.
Let's go recharge off.
Mick Schumacher had a bad lap. He must have had an off somewhere that I didn't spot. So we have gained a bit of time on Mick. Again, we're recharging the battery at the moment, so I'm going to stop recharging and I'll leave him like that for now, and then we'll look at maybe topping him all the way up once we get back into some traffic. Oh, Schumacher locked up in turn 4. Okay, thank you. Look, someone else is locked up. It's one of the McLarens, Ricciardo, I think.
Is that a lockup?
Oh, Schumacher again.
We can take a look now. So this was the Aston Martin. It's a lockup, and that could be cost.
Okay, another lockup for Schumacher. Oh yeah, we've closed in significantly. Let's take a look at the interval timing. So Zhou and Ricciardo are fighting in 16th and 17th. We're not too far off them in the grand scheme. Is Porsche going to get both of these guys here? Is it going to be a double overtake? No, but we'll definitely take Bottas and
put that
move
in
up.
when it counted. Good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Okay, so now that we've turned off the battery charging, we're doing 139.8, another 143 for Schumacher, Ricciardo doing a 139.8. So we're now on the pace of the guys in softs. So we're starting to turn that corner a little bit. They are going to be running for another few laps yet, because the guys at the back of the field all started on brand new softs, not scrubs. Some of these leaders are going to be pitting soon. I would say within the next couple of laps.
Nicely done.
It's at that point that I am going to sprint for a couple of laps with Teo.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
See if we can then close the gap a little bit, or at least open up a gap to some of these guys behind us. Teo's pace isn't the quickest, but he is good on his tyres, so we haven't had to worry about improving his smoothness rating. He's in the 80s, and that's helpful. I think he's better at looking after his tyres than Gasly is.
Keep your cool. Let's keep going.
Red Bull gained a place.
Okay, so Ricciardo 139.7, Mick Schumacher 140.6, Gasly 139.4.
Good job.
So we're gaining over a second a lap now on Mick Schumacher. I wonder if his tyres are got to be a bit scuffed as well, surely. About the same. And Leclerc is only a couple of tenths of a second faster than us.
Red Bull moved up.
One thing I'm kind of hoping is that Schumacher stays with us when we catch him, and that we can pull him along with us, and then we overtake each other in the DRS zones to help speed up catching Zhou and Ricciardo. That would be nice.
Good job. Keep it up.
Yeah, still hanging on to P3. It's the middle stint that's going to be important, because everyone's going to be on brand new mediums for that. But if we make our stop a couple of laps later, then we will have slightly better tyres, maybe. Well, you've seen how effective that's been for Teo here. You know, his qualifying pace was P10 pace. I mean, with brand new tyres, he could have got maybe P9, maybe P8, but you know, he was a good few tenths of a second slower than Gasly. but we've had that fresher tyre all the way through this first stint. The second stint, we might not be able to keep pace quite so easily because they will have that fresh tyre for the first time. Gasly now within visual distance of Mick. Let's just ride with Pierre for a moment. Yeah, you can see the rear wing, the minor damage does slightly decrease our cornering speed, and with the suspension that also is affecting our cornering speed as well. We're lucky the suspension wasn't major, otherwise that would have been an instant retirement. You can see the AI slowing down, Gasly getting faster. This is the tyres coming to us and going away from them. We're burning off fuel, so we're getting faster in that respect. Our tyres are still very strong. Their tyres looking a bit iffy. And we are now lapping over a second a lap faster than everybody up to Zhou.
Doing a good job, let's keep it up.
So in terms of the gap, don't forget they still have to pit.
Just gained by Williams.
Gasly doesn't for the first pit stop, round of pit stops anyway. So we are automatically going to jump up 20 seconds. So we're going to jump up to, we're going to be fighting with Stroll and Albon, and maybe even Norris and Tsunoda. When they come out the pits, they're going to be coming out right around Porsche. Not Porsche, sorry, Gasly. And here come the first round of pit stops. This is the front runners with the slightly weaker tyres. Tsunoda's pitting already as well. Didn't expect Tsunoda to jump quite so soon. And there goes Zhou. Gonna get DRS down here surely? No DRS. Oh yes, we have got DRS. I was looking at Porsche, but we're not overtaking. We're kind of stuck. We do jump Tsunoda and Zhou as expected with Zhou. Tsunoda's come out right behind us, and they're going to hard tyres. Ooh, interesting. Surely they're not going to try and go to the end.
All to play for still.
It's a long way to go if they're one stopping. That's 50. That's 42 laps. That's a long time. Those tyres will be dead by the end if that's what they're doing. Sainz and Verstappen are in. We are now leading the Grand Prix.
Awesome, keep it up.
Yeah, well said, Josh. Come on, let's make the move. Or get him to pit. He's not pitting. Make the move.
Good job, Pierre.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And we've come. Albon's come out right in front of us, as I was expecting. So we can stay with him here, even though he's on fresher tyres. We've got a faster car before damage, so we can at the very least get pulled along by a car on better tyres than us. But I expect we'll have the pace to overtake him. Bottas a little bit too far up. Someone spun. Who spun? So again, we're not making the overtake, which is annoying.
We've just had a spin. Let's
Ricardo
have a look.
spun. Oh,
Now
beautiful.
just take a look at the McLaren.
Ricardo, one of the
What a
cars that we
spin
were
out.
chasing down. His tyres are right on the edge as well, I think.
The team are devastated.
Don't think he's pitted yet. No, he hasn't. His tyres are getting worn. Everyone else is pitted. It's now time for us to bring in Teo.
Box, 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 box.
Gee, I can't push the fuel. We're not saving as much fuel as I would have liked. I wasn't expecting to be this high up the grid. Okay, that's a move done on Albon.
Okay, Fernando has boxed.
We get out ahead of Ocon. Right behind Norris.
This was good.
Ricardo's still yet to pit. He's going to hold up his teammate, potentially.
Looks like a good move for Williams.
Gasly now back in the mix. Kind of. Oh, it's a queue forming behind Gasly, and this can help as well. This can help Porsche. Come on, get past Ricardo. Yes, that was crucial. Ricardo will slow down the cars behind us on those worn-out tyres. He's got to be pitting this lap. Here comes Teo into the pits. Need a lot of different strategies
Okay, that's
here.
good. Yeah, very
absolutely.
good.
We need a really good quick stop here. No problems at all. 2.7. It's not bad. Didn't get held up in the release as well, which is good.
Vettel has pitted.
We are out behind Verstappen and Sainz. And we are ahead of Perez and ahead of the two Mercedes as well. Awesome stuff.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Whew. And on top of that, they are not in DRS at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. Gasly's all over the back of Norris. That McLaren is not a quick car. What happened to Perez? He might have got held up in the pits. Other cars came in that might have slowed how quickly he could have been released. Or if he came out and there was traffic in front of him, that would have slowed his exit from the pit lane itself. Would have had to slam the anchors on. I didn't see an error popping up to say he'd been caught up in an incident. We're pulling away from Hamilton right now.
Good job.
Porsche has got pace to pull away from the two Mercedes, even though they're leapfrogging in DRS zones.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
We gained about half a second over the lap, and then they pulled some of that back, or most of that back, on the DRS start-finish straight. But yeah, we gained time. So let's see, we're at half a second ahead right now of Russell.
McLaren gain a position.
Let's see if we can increase that gap again. The DRS glitch might possibly be because we have a damaged rear wing. Or it might just be one of those random visual bugs. No way of knowing for sure. But Gasly is definitely in play for a points finish here. Okay, the Mercedes are catching with their leapfrogging tactics. In terms of pure pace, as long as they don't swap positions, we've got more pace than them. But if they keep leapfrogging like that, they are going to catch up, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it does mean I can try and sit behind one of them and start saving some fuel. The biggest problem we have with Gasly is that he's going to be very out of sequence, so the tyre advantage we have earlier, or had earlier, is gone. We are now at a tyre deficit. We should have more pace than Norris, but we just don't seem to be able to get past him right now. Or we can get past him, but we can't pull away from him. I can't push the tyres to try and break away, because I don't have any life to play with these tyres. I've got to run them right down to mid to low 30s just to be able to switch onto some mediums at the end. So we might start saving some fuel with Gasly now. We'll see.
Okay, that's good, very good.
If we can break away. I don't think we can. I think we're just going to keep swapping positions. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into conserve mode. We're going to get overtaken here anyway. Porsche still holding back the two Mercedes.
I'm just all over the place.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
We are dropping back from Sainz as well. We're not closing on Sainz, which is what I was expecting. Now that we're not in that train, we don't have the pace of the Ferrari or the Red Bull, which we knew going into the start of the race anyway, that they were quicker than us. Gasly might have been able to hang with them. Porsche doesn't quite have that raw pace. So we're just going to keep pushing along like this for now. I'm going to wait, see if the Mercedes keep leapfrogging. If they do, we are going to switch into a fuel-saving mode with Porsche as well. Gasly is staying in DRS range. The Alphas are in a train catching me. Yeah, well, they've got Perez, who keeps leapfrogging into the lead of that. The Red Bull's the fastest car on the grid. The Ferrari's the second fastest in terms of outright pace in a straight line, or top speed. The Alfa Romeos are the third fastest car. I think they're slightly faster than us in a straight line. Yeah, we've kind of run out of pure performance on Gasly's car right now because of the tyres. It might come back to us again as Norris's tyres degrade, which is why we're getting that fuel saving done right now, so that when we can start pushing, we'll have the pace to do it, and we'll have the fuel to do it. I think the AI are trying to one-stop. I don't know, possible. It's possible. Gasly is saving a little bit of tyre wear. It depends on the drivers. Some drivers are very, very good at looking after their tyres. Others not so much. How many races am I doing tonight? Just one? We're season 2 onwards. We're doing single races. We only did double races in the first season because the car was so uncompetitive that it would be just a long broadcast of just watching our cars lapping in 19th and 20th or 18th and 17th. You know, this season we're going to be more competitive. I mean, we're running 3rd right now on pure pace. So we're going to do like we've been doing with Haas, full length race runs like this. No speeding up of time. And one race a night. Right, can we stay ahead of Gasly? Can we stay ahead of Norris? No, he's going to jump us again. That queue is caught right up. It's a big queue now, look.
Can't do anything.
Vettel, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Magnussen, Tsunoda, all in that queue, hunting us down. Just because we're fuel saving and we're stuck behind. Leclerc is in the mud. Yeah, Leclerc's way down the order. He must have some significant damage to his car, because we've made up a lot of positions and he just hasn't. I know he was 20 seconds behind, but
someone's locked up.
I mean, look at his pace. It's not great. He must have suspension damage or chassis damage, maybe even side pod damage. Maybe even underfloor damage. I don't know if he went over a curb in a rough way. He's certainly got to have suspension damage, the way he hit us. I would imagine chassis damage as well, same as us. Ooh. Oh no, I thought something had changed for a second there, and nothing's changed. I thought one of the McLaren's gone, but I was looking at the wrong Williams for a second then. Yeah, I don't think Leclerc's going to get points. Not unless it's a safety car to bring him back into play. He's actually... No, he's not. He's not going to get lapped. I'm not sure if anyone's going to get lapped, actually. Mick's the last car on the grid. We've done nearly half the race, and he is about... Well, maybe Mick and Ricciardo would be lapped. Mick more likely, because if he's going to make a mistake, if a mistake's going to happen, it's going to be Mick making it. But they might be the only two cars that get lapped. It does seem that the oh, another lockup. Is that Mick? No, it's the other. It's Zhou. Zhou's locked up.
Up on the track. Here's the replay. Let's take another look. There we have Zhou. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
Leclerc's finally clear of Zhou. He got past him on the DRS straight, and then Zhou running in his dirty air, locked up.
Today. What a shame.
Perez off the Alfa train. Yeah, 4 seconds back now. That is a surprise. Bottas is on hards. Alonso's on mediums. And is currently the fastest man on track in terms of fastest lap time. We're still keeping that gap steady to the Mercedes. We are going to have to start saving some fuel soon. We've only gained a little bit. We've gained 0.4 kilos. It's not enough. Gasly is almost ready to stop fuel saving. Actually, I better start doing it now because he's falling off the back of the train.
Let's lift off.
Or he's falling into the clutches of the train, as I should say.
Okay.
He's fallen off the back of Norris.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
Alpine just advanced.
Vettel's caught up to the back of Norris in terms of DRS. Porsche didn't get DRS. How did he not get DRS? I'm looking at Gasly, that's why. It's the helmet. That's one of the things I really want them to do is patch in alternate helmets. I mean, I understand why they've gone to a helmet design that is unique to the team. But when you've got two drivers both wearing the same helmet, it does not get confusing. It'd be nice if they just had two designs, one for each team. Maybe one in the set colour scheme and another one with the reverse colour scheme. So a dark blue helmet with white trim, as opposed to a white helmet with dark blue trim. And then for something different for Aston Martin, maybe a neon yellow trim helmet with green trim, and then the green helmet with the current trim. Just something different. Make it easy to identify which is your which driver's which when you've got two drivers that are new to the team, whether they're an existing driver or an up and coming or a regen.
Watch for fuel.
Okay, so the Alphas have caught the Mercedes, which means they're going to catch us pretty soon as well, which is good because we are at the point where halfway through this race we do need to start saving more fuel. So we're just going to keep going like this. We're just going to let them catch us and save the fuel
Lift and coast required.
in the train of the Alphas. Because we're just working the car for no real benefit right now. Where is this pace come from in the Alphas? Oh no, Teo! Teo, come on, I just slowed you down.
Now we see the Williams here.
Right, well we don't have the pace to catch. Perez is coming up. Okay, so we can train with Perez. But there goes our podium. This is one of the reasons I want to improve the brake cooling of our car so it decreases the likelihood of that happening. Where's the pace come from the Alphas? I mean, they've always had strong pace because they've got the Ferrari engine. Bottas has always been quick. Alonso's a quick driver. He's quicker than Zhou, so he's up there more. he's more consistently going to be up there with his teammate rather than where Zhou was in relation to Bottas. This has to be the most painful stream I've done yet. No, because it's the first race of the season. It's disappointing. It's a little frustrating, but it's not that painful in that respect. I didn't expect us to be as competitive as we are. But the fact that we are this competitive means that we are in for a very good season, and we will have plenty more opportunities to fight for wins.
We've just had a car run wide. Let's take a closer look. Now just focus on the Haas.
If we were
oh dear, dear. That's far wider than they would have wanted.
If we were a team that was not in with a chance, realistically in with a chance, and then we pulled it through and got ourselves into a position, and then something happened, or we made a big strategy mistake, that would be more painful. Japan on the Haas stream was more painful than this, because I messed up the strategy and I cost Piastri badly. This not so much, because I know I've got the pace to still get points in this race. Is it worth Gasly staying out? No, not at all. Our tyres are falling away. We're starting to come back a little bit in comparison to the medium runners, but I mean, we're just dropping off the back of this queue. We're not saving fuel anymore. His tyres are not going to last all the way to the end. I can push them a little bit further, but there's no point really staying out on these. I'll still pit. Get onto some fresher mediums. The AI is still going to make a second stop. I don't think they're going to go to the end either. They've still got 27 laps to go.
Okay, mate, good job.
The hard runners will probably run a long way and then throw on softs towards the end, but...
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I saw a yellow flag.
I think there's been a lock-up.
Verstappen.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now here we see Max Verstappen. And this, yes,
he got away with
that's
that.
the lock-up. No! And that was...
Should Gasly retire and save the engine? No. Gasly can get in the points. Gasly can get a points finish. Plus, we put a streak on. We're 2.5 mil, 2.7 mil. And that streak's going to break if we don't bring Gasly home.
Red Bull gained a place.
I mean, if we can continue to save tyres the way we have been with Gasly, we could potentially switch back onto a set of softs again. And then the car will have the pace to jump everyone in front. If I can stay with these guys, I know we're dropping off a little bit. I'm going to start pushing
Oh, you can use the deploy.
a little bit, see if I can catch back up. But if I can keep Gasly in touch with these guys here, then I can overtake them all on fresh tyres. And I can get Gasly into the top 10.
Okay, buddy, you're doing a great job here. Keep it up.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Oh, wait.
Haas with an overtake.
Right, there we go. That's us moving past.
Overtake available.
Okay.
Very Very good job. Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
We're almost back on these guys again. I think the DRS in this game is too powerful. I've seen a lot of people complaining that the DRS is a bit too powerful on Reddit. It might get tweaked in a future patch. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Porsche has saved a big chunk of fuel. It's good.
Nice work.
Okay, charge on.
Yeah. Don't tell me we can't do anything.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Just a little bit more fuel saving and then we'll switch Porsche's pace back up again. We've almost closed the train back up as well.
Okay, so let's keep going.
Trying to save a little bit of battery because
Red Bull
we haven't got any left. Surprised Perez is so far off the pace. Thought he'd be faster than this. Right. Let's see. Set of softs. Really, I need to go to lap 40. I can't stretch these tyres to lap 40, so I can stretch them to lap 36 and still have enough tyres to get there, and then have enough tyres to fight the soft tyre runners at the end. So we're going to extend Gasly another couple of laps.
Nicely done.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Alright, Porsche has saved enough fuel.
No lift and coast required.
Red Bull gained a place.
Porsche and Perez just swapping back and forth.
Okay, nice work. Good job.
We are starting to close down the queue in front as well.
Keep your head in the game.
Gasly's just falling down. Well, his tyres are almost dead, and he's charging his battery, which is why. He's about to go onto fresh tyres, which means he's going to suddenly be a lot quicker than these guys. He's going to be pitting before they do. And I want to get his battery charged up before that happens, so I can just keep going at good pace on a brand new set of mediums. I might only go one more lap. Yeah, I'm going to pit at the end of lap 36. we go.
Box, box.
What are the AI tyres? Better than ours, considerably. I mean, we're now into the 30s, which means our tyres are really starting to fall off.
Charge off.
Yeah, copy.
Yes, like Perez. Maybe Perez was fuel saving? Because we are definitely closing on the queue in front. Gap's just 3 seconds now. Les Leclerc pitting.
Awesome. Keep it
So
up.
he's going to a set of mediums.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Okay.
Yeah, mediums for Leclerc, who's still in last. He's going to jump a couple of places through pit stops, but even so.
Lift off for the fuel.
Copy. Yeah, in the box.
Okay, copy that.
.68, not a bad stop. Gonna get out ahead of Ricardo, which is important. Can't spend more time hanging around behind Ricardo again, or behind a McLaren again.
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
Okay, one lap. This lap of charging the battery and saving fuel, and then we're good to unleash Gasly's pace. Oh, we get a safety car. Gasly will be right back in because I'll be straight in for some softs. Assuming the safety car's in about 5 laps, 10 laps time. I'll be straight into soft and I'll get him pushing up through the field. I want everyone to do their stops and then a safety car, because that will make Gasly so good.
You're doing a good job. Keep going.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
All right, fuel saving can finish.
Let's lift off, please.
Finish charging the battery. It's not quite where I'd like it, but it's good enough.
Charge off.
And now we can see what kind of pace Gasly can do instead of brand new mediums. We're out of sequence. We've pitted our third stop, or our second stop, before the AI. So it's going to be painful at the end. They're going to close up really fast because they're going to be on softs and we're going to be on worn mediums. But like I said, if we get that safety car and we can come in for brand new softs, we'll be in better shape than them, maybe. If I'm good in corners, you can't wait to see the next race. Oh, we're very strong in high-speed cornering. This next race is going to be good for us. I can't wait. If our car has this potential, I can't wait to Spa, you know, Zandvoort, circuits where high-speed cornering is really critical. Suzuka, the first section of Suzuka. Alright, getting close to Porsche's pit window. He is saving some tyres as well. I might run him an extra lap or two. There you go. We are 3 seconds, well, 2.5
Red
seconds to
Bull
3
gained the
seconds a lap
place.
faster than the cars in front of us. We're 1.3 seconds faster than Porsche right now. Comfortably the fastest car on the track. Apart from Leclerc, who's setting new fastest laps. That's the tyres. And we're only 2 seconds off the back of the Alphas and Mercedes. Yellow flag in sector 1. Someone ran wide.
Keep you cool, it's all good.
No, it's Stroll. Yeah. Got all excited for a second then. Albon's into the pits. As we go flying past Yuki.
Good job.
Williams there gaining several
Albon
places
on
in
mediums.
one go.
Good stuff.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Copy.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Yeah.
Leaders are in. No one in front of us has pitted yet, apart from the two leaders. They've got to be going, well, actually, 17 laps. They might go softs. They come out behind us. Ooh, that makes things interesting. Soft tyres for Verstappen, soft tyres for Sainz. And the delta's broken until we cross the line.
That was a very good lap.
There we go. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:34.8. It's very fast.
Need to drop the pace.
Copy.
Blows Leclerc's 1:36.1 out the water. No lockups, just Magnus on the right. Well,
Good job with everything so far.
he's paired with Yuki, so
And a new position. Just
he's going to
gained
look
by
better than his
Williams.
teammate regardless. Bottas into the pits, which, oh no, Alonso into the pits. I was going to say, Bottas is on hard tyres, so his tyres should be more comfortable. Open pits, soft tyres.
Box.
I am going to try and hold off for a lap or two. Yeah. Get these two to try and pull me along a little bit. If I can stay with them,
Alonso just
I'll keep
pitted.
delaying. Oh, you had the same thought there. I see, Matthew.
Battery is on the low side.
Everyone else
Yeah.
is into the pits. just like that, Gasly's up to 10th. Start charging the battery back up again.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Oh, we're holding Verstappen back here. Right, what's the gap to Perez? Perez is on softs. That gap's going to get bigger, I think. Although, if Perez does have some kind of problem, Russell's in the pits, which means Hamilton's pitting next lap. Let's try and stay with the Ferrari. I mean, he's got such a tyre advantage on us. He pulled out half a second just through those corners. Yeah, we're out of range. This is it. This is the lap we pit. We've already extended by an extra lap, so we're in good shape here. We'll have slightly fresher tyres. We'll be good. We've got a 10-second lead over Ocon right now. Ocon's on softs. Oh, mediums. Albon's on mediums. And then soft. Hards. Oh, Yuki hasn't pitted yet, that's why. Maybe, no, Yuki can't be against him. He's going to be pitting for soft. He's just going to be pitting very late, that's all. So yeah, we've got to pay attention to the gap to Ocon. It is going to come down. Partly because we're charging the battery, which we need to, because we need to be able to defend. Partly because they're on faster tyres and they're leapfrogging each other as well. Alright, Porsche has jumped Hamilton in the pits.
On the Hamilton has pitted. Okay, we have Bottas.
No, I haven't. It's because I was going to say. Will Porsche come out where Gasly is? No, Porsche's going to... Well, actually, I don't know, maybe. He's a little bit too far behind, and he's not going to have the pace to stay with these guys, so I'm not even going to try. And that would only compromise Porsche. Porsche is close enough to start pushing and get back onto these guys. And if I delay to try and get Gasly onto the back of them, I lose them. So I've got to push now. Got to get onto Bottas. Before Bottas and Hamilton start swapping positions again.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Charge on.
Okay.
Can we do lift and coast?
Alright, there we go. We're on to Batos. Valtteri Bottas. We're on to Bottas before he got onto Hamilton. That's excellent. We pulled out 2 seconds on Gasly on that lap alone. Gasly's almost fully charged. That's close enough.
Charge off.
Okay.
I am going to try and get fastest lap with Porsche. And we're going to go for it on this lap starting. That's if I can get past Bottas on the main straight. If I can't, I'll back off again. Spun out. It's Ocon. Excellent.
Oh, we've had a spin.
All right, ready, push, push.
Alright, that's into the DRS of Hamilton. Let's try and get past him on this corner as well.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Hamilton will block me. Maybe. He's blocked me a little bit, but I'm going to get him here. I'm hoping. And then I'll have DRS on this part of the track as well. There we go.
Nice job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Push in. Keep going. Hey, there we go. Fastest lap.
Okay, we'd like you to
1:33.4.
slow down, please.
Which was a second faster than Sainz's personal best. I think that's safe. Gasly is still 10 seconds ahead of Norris. Yeah, I think we're on for ninth with Gasly. You think I should go again? No, I don't need to. I'd rather not overwork the car just for the sake of chasing that extra point, which I already have. Like I said, we were a second faster than Sainz's best lap. Sainz is currently the fastest guy on the track, apart from Leclerc. And Leclerc and the AI, they don't push very hard. Or if they do push, they don't push very often. I don't think we're going to get beaten on that. I think we're fine. We got DRS on 3 straights. That's really hard to do. We don't quite have the pace ourselves to hunt down Perez. But we do have better tyres. So if we can just stay like this, maybe keep getting leapfrogging with Bottas. And then push again at the end with fresher tyres, a full battery, and maybe a little bit of reserve fuel.
Looks like that was a position gain.
We can at least
for
break
Alfa
away from
Romeo.
these two, maybe even catch and pass Perez. And if we can catch Perez, we've got Alonso as well. So fourth might still be on. podium's gone. Oh, actually, no, Alonso is third, isn't it? Yeah, the podium is still on. Because Russell's right behind Alonso. Yeah, the podium is still potentially on. So we need to keep doing this. We need to keep swapping positions on the DRS areas. Because that's what they're doing. And it's the only way we're going to catch them. Gasly having a bit of a lonely race at the moment, but still 9 seconds ahead of Vettel. And now the soft tyres of the AI are starting to fall away.
Still all to play for.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Go recharge off when you're ready.
And try to save a little bit of fuel
Lift and coast
while we're in this
required.
train, so that we can have something extra to push with at the end. If nothing else, to make sure I get away from these two. I'm really curious as to how much performance will improve once we add in that new suspension and the new chassis as well. I think we still have side pods. Do we have side pods on the way as well? Let's see. Or is it? No, it's a rear wing. So we've got. Oh, have we just done the new chassis? We've still got 3 parts in development. We've got a rear wing, either a suspension or a chassis, and I think maybe side pods as well. I can't remember if we put new. No, we put new side pods on for this race. So I think it's a chassis and a suspension and a new rear wing. Or is it the front? No, it's the front wing. So it's either a suspension or a chassis, a rear wing and a front wing still to come. No. The rear wing's done. I can't remember. We'll just have to check when we get back to the to HQ. But we've got some new parts on the way. We are slowly starting to close that gap to Perez as well. Less than 5 seconds now. And we're doing it without having to push. I could win the next race. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't think I've quite got the raw pace. I think it's going to be the Ferraris and Verstappen that are going to be leading the charge on that one, but we could be on for a podium. It depends how well we qualify and then how quickly we can move up through the field again. Gasly's going to have a strong race, assuming it doesn't get clobbered again. But let's not forget, the podium is potentially only on because Leclerc isn't up there. Is it just you watching now? No, there are other people watching, it's just you're the only one who's talking. look at tyres. Oops. Yeah, tyres are looking very nice. Gap is coming down as well. It's 4 seconds now. Seven laps to go, including this one. Anthony's still here. How you doing, Marcel? Gasly's in no man's land. Yeah, he is. But, you know, the fact that he's in the points is vindication for keeping him out there.
Come on.
Yellow flag in sector 1. That's Leclerc. Leclerc having an
Seems
off.
to have been a lock-up. Let's have a look. Watch this. There's Leclerc. That lock-up could have cost them dearly. That's going to be a big blow to the team.
Oh no, Leclerc's locked up and stayed 16th. What a shame. He destroyed Gasly's race. No sympathy. We're getting tantalisingly close to these guys. It's too early to try and brake. If I do that, I'll use up all my battery to get there and might not get there, and then I'll have no battery left to fight these two. Just got to hope that they keep doing this. Just inching further forward. We turned off our charging as well, so we are in the mix ourselves now.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Start pushing that fuel a little bit. 3 seconds. Oh, that's close. Nah, we're getting blocked.
Can we do lift and coast?
Desperately needed to get past there. We've lost some ground as a result of that.
No lift and coast required.
Come on, make the move, make the move. Don't get blocked.
Okay, push, let's go.
It's time to hunt them down. We've only got 5 laps to go. When you said I was going to be fighting Alfa, you didn't think I was doing this hard.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
This is going to be a very, very tense last couple of laps. We can still salvage a podium here with Porsche. We've broken away from Hamilton and Bottas. We're closing in on these guys in front of us. Those extra bits of, those extra laps we did with Porsche before we pitted definitely helped us out, both on the first stop and the second one. So close to DRS.
Four laps remaining. Let's go recharge on. Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Just a lap of slowing down just to cool the car back down again. Gasly's still comfortably ahead of Albon. The gap's gone back up to 10 seconds. So I'm going to try and get an overtake here.
Overtake available.
Up the inside. Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, good job.
Come on, hold him off, hold him off.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Okay, good job.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
3 laps to go.
3 laps to go.
Did Paul Share set a new fastest lap? No, he didn't. Not surprising. I mean, his tyres are 45%. Nobody's setting a new fastest lap now.
Let's go recharge off.
Look at the tyres of everyone in front of us. Bottas and Hamilton are closing onto the back of this again now.
Let's push, come on. Okay, let's go recharge on.
Oh, this is tense.
2 laps to go. So we'll go recharge off. You've got energy to push.
This is genuinely nerve-wracking. Can we make these positions? We are less than a second from a podium. Come on, cut to the inside, cut to the inside.
Press and hold overtake now, please. Press and hold overtake now.
Around the outside, come on. I'm out of battery, that's not good.
Disabled. DRS disabled. Okay, final lap, final lap.
This is mental. Right, we've got to just go for it. I mean, their tyres are hot garbage, but ours aren't much better now. Come on, make the move up the inside. Oh, good block. Oh, we've got alongside. We're up into 5th. Alonso and Perez's tyres are awful. Look at Sainz and Perez's. 19%.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Come on, I need to get up the inside here. Nope.
No more DRS.
I'm blocked, and I've got no battery left. And that might be what kills it. The lack of battery. Maybe if we can get a good run through this corner, we can have a chance. Sainz wins the opening Grand Prix of the 2023 season. Verstappen second. Perez is going to take third. Can we get Alonso at the death?
And Sainz
Don't think we can.
the line first. He's taken the win.
No, but we fought back to
That's
5th.
the checkered flag.
Would have had a podium if he hadn't locked up. Yeah, comfortably. And Gasly fights all the way back from last. Actually, 19th. To finish in 9th. Leclerc, the man who put us down in 19th, is going to bring it home in 16th. But we got 2 cars inside the top 10. That's a double points finish in the opening race of the season. I will happily take that. We got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We started the streak with a successful completion. All in all, I'm very pleased. It could have been more.
A wonderful result.
But I'll take
here
what
for
we
the
got.
Williams driver.
Just yeet the headrest there.
Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
You're completely right, and what a day for all the fans of the team as well.
The end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Well, who knows what's going to happen in Saudi Arabia. I mean, safety cars are definitely a possibility there. But a good fight back from Teo, gaining 5 places on his starting position of 10th. Pierre dropping down 4 places from starting, but fought back from 19th, so gained 10 places in effect. Was fighting for the lead when he got torpedoed by Leclerc. So we sit 5th and 9th in the drivers. Teo with that bonus point for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And we sit 5th in the constructors. AlphaTauri a point ahead, just on 1 point. Alfa Romeo, the team I think we're going to be fighting with, currently in 3rd. But it's very close, look. Just 3 points separating 3rd to 5th. I think Red Bull and Ferrari are going to be, in those positions as they are for the rest of the season. I think Red Bull are going to win. I think Ferrari are going to come second. But a distant second. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that they may possibly even fall into the battle for 3rd between us, Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, because they haven't got their superstar aerodynamicist Diego Tondi. We do. We get a point for Porsche, who had an exceptional race despite the lockup. An impressive race for Gasly, despite falling all the way back. He did fight his way back up into the points. We pay out a 25 grand bonus to Teo for finishing in the top 10. And we bring in nearly 5 million in sponsorships. We completed our performance incentives, our performance guarantees, and we kept the qualifying and finishing streak positions going as well. So we've got big money on the horizon if we can keep those intact. Right, I know we have new parts on the way. I can't remember what they are. Let's have a look. A new suspension, a new chassis, and a new front wing. They are the 3 parts that we have. The suspension will be ready in time for Australia. Chassis, I'm not sure. Chassis, I think it's going to be for Imola, and then the wing. Was it Miami or Barcelona? I think it was Barcelona. So we're looking good in that respect. I am going to need some new parts. Let's do the points first of all. So a point for Teo. Let's improve his reactions again. Gasly, no points. Logan, no points. Check our staff. We have another point for Simone Resta. Let's improve side pods, because we do want to work on cooling. No point for Diego. Our engineers are fine as they are. Let's take a look at car parts in the warehouse. We've got 2 rear wings, 2 side pods, 3 underfloors, 3 suspensions. So underfloors I could do with 1 more. So let's go ahead and manufacture a new underfloor. That'll take 5 days, so we'll have that for qualifying day of the Grand Prix. Rear wings. Need a new rear wing. I need 2 new rear wings. We'll get one of those in time for the Grand Prix weekend. The other one might have in time for race day. But I don't think we'll be able to put it on the car anyway. So, just to be sure, we're going to rush those 2. And that's it. I can't make any more parts. That's not ideal. Because nope, I'm okay. I've still got one spare suspension. Just got to hope we don't damage another suspension, because I won't be able to manufacture one. If we break one suspension, then as long as we don't break it, as long as we don't break 2 suspensions in the race, in the build up to the race itself, we're okay. If we break one in quali or practice, we'll still have 1 on each car. And if we break 1 in the race, well, it's either going to be compromised performance for the race or retirement anyway. So, was I going to check on some engineers? Yes, I was. I did remember, but thank you for reminding me anyway. So, what I want to do is I want to see who Ferrari have got. And they have taken Mercedes engineer Jared Murphy has gone to Ferrari. So, who have Mercedes got? Mercedes have taken Dickon Balforth, who we released. We fired to replace with Diego Tondi. So, who else has changed? Oh, wow. No. There. Alfa have gone for a regen. They've signed Juno Sieber. Not Alfa, sorry, Aston. They've signed a rookie. And I think Salim is a rookie as well. He is. David Wheater used to be the Williams engineer. The Williams aero guy before we replaced him with Dickon. Not good enough to get back into one of these F1 teams, so he's still on the free market. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. Let's take a look at technical chiefs as well. See if anyone's changed technical chief. So Pierre's still at Red Bull. Enrico's still at Ferrari. Simone Resta's with us. Haas signed Ti Chuang to replace Resta. Matt Harmon is still at Alpine. Mike Elliott is still at Mercedes. Alvaro Oliveras, I think, is he a regen? I think he is. Ben Watkins at AlphaTauri, and then there's Francois, who was our original technical chief that we replaced with Simone Resta. Again, can't get back into another team at the moment. So, and then down here we've got Andrew Green. Yep, he's existing. And Jan Monchot. I don't know if he's an existing. I think he is. Very interesting. Yeah, Ginelli is still at Alfa. I thought he was. That's another reason why Alfa are looking quite strong, because Alessandro Ginelli is still there. He is a very good aero guy. Let's see if any of the race engineers have changed teams. So let's actually go by rating. It's going to be the easiest way. So Bono and Ricciardo still at Mercedes. Ricciardo and Javier still at Ferrari. Ben Michel and Chris Cronin still at Aston Martin. Giampiero and Hugh are still at Red Bull. Jason Pryor and Chris Hayes still at McLaren. Obviously we've stolen Pierre from AlphaTauri. Jorn Becker and Chan, yep, they're still at Red Bull. Matthias Spinney, he is one of the existing guys. And then Gason, the engineer that we sacked, has gone to AlphaTauri still. What about our other engineer? James Irwin has gone to Aston Martin to replace, Alpine to replace Josh Peckett when we signed him. So all of the existing F1 engineers are still on the grid. But when Alex Chan's contract comes up, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him replaced. I mean, there are a couple of free agents that have got a higher rating than him. So we might see some changes towards the end of the season, depending on contracts. Right, emails. We exceeded expectations of the board. Not surprising. Everyone's talking about Williams as they exceed everyone's expectations, currently placing P5 of the Constructors' Championship with 13 points. I think that's more points than we got all season last year, isn't it? Didn't we finish on 12 points? Or was it 16 that we finished on? I think it was 16 points. So almost got our entire points haul from last season in one race. New rear wing, new underfloor. Yep, we know about those. More manufacturing complete. Underfloors complete tomorrow. Side pods in 2 days. We've got a new suspension project completing in a week, just in time for going to Australia. So oh, we have got an extra suspension part. Okay, so we've got 3 suspensions. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so we don't have to make another suspension. We just have to get through this race, and then we can make a brand new suspension, emergency manufacture, some new suspensions ready for the next race with some improved performance for the car as well. Let's have one last quick check of our XP gains. Yep, all done. I want to check our facilities. We need to start saving up for a new wind tunnel upgrade at some point. I might even upgrade one of these a bit more as well. That's 8 million. That's 10 million. The car part test centre is the one I'm going to want to upgrade to give our cooling a boost for brakes and our engine cooling as well. So that might be the next thing we upgrade, actually, will be the car part test centre before we do the wind tunnel. The factory is in need of a bit of a makeover. It's okay for now. We can refurbish it, but it's expensive. I'd rather just do a full upgrade. Staff facilities. Condition of the simulator and the hub are okay at the moment. They're going to need a refurb at some point in the next month or so, I think. What about these areas? Is there anything here that really kind of needs to be improved? Not really. These are for later in the season, I think, these refurbishments or upgrades. We don't really need to worry about these right now. I'd rather have the money to put into the car and car making facilities to start, for now. So there we go. That is the end of our debut to our Williams 2023 season. A very, very strong performance. For those of you that missed it at the start of the stream, we'll just have a quick look at car analysis again. You can see that in terms of pace, we are the 4th fastest car on the grid right now, behind Alfa Romeo, Ferrari and Red Bull, in that ascending order. Mercedes are the next car behind us. They're the 5th fastest car on the grid right now. We have excellent cornering speeds in the medium and the high. We do need to boost our low speed cornering a little bit, and we certainly need to improve our cooling. Our engine and our brakes in particular are very bad. The better we can get with our brake cooling, the less likely we are to have those lockups, which cost Teo the chance of a podium and possibly even a win today. So yeah, that's what we need to start focusing on with our next round of upgrades, is improving the braking and engine cooling and our low speed performance. I'm very happy with everything else right now. Those are the key areas that we are going to start focusing on, though, with the next wave of upgrades. We are going to make another floor at some point soon. We might even make another front wing after this one. I don't know. We'll wait and see how this front wing shakes out once we get that dropped on the car in time for, when was it, Miami? It is how many days away? 46 days away. Which means we'll have it in time for Barcelona. Not quite Miami, but we'll have it in time for Barcelona. So yeah, that's where our car sits right now. Very, very competitive. A little bit more competitive than I was expecting. I must confess, I didn't think we'd be quite this powerful, but the the last-minute addition to our staff of Diego Tondi has certainly helped us in generating the new car, and with each upgrade, it's going to be massive having his influence in the design process of those parts as well. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back for the second race for Jeddah tomorrow night, same time, 10:30 p.m. UK time. And then we will continue Wednesday and Thursday with races 3 and 4, the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park in Melbourne, and then the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola on Thursday. And then Friday, we will revive the Haas stream, and we will get the Circuit of the Americas race out of the way just in time for the real-life race this weekend. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all again, hopefully very soon.